Hey guys, and welcome back to Income Stream Surfer. It's been a while since I said that, and yeah, I'm in Ireland, everything's good. Sorry that I disappeared for a couple of weeks, but I was in the middle of a move. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the core update that happened and whether or not it has affected the websites that I work on. So you can see here, October 2023 core update, released the October 2023 spam update, 13 days, 15 days, all of these updates, everyone's talking about them. A lot of people on Reddit are losing their minds. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about 2men and whether or not it has been affected. And long story short, it's not been affected at all. In fact, it's the complete opposite. We're actually hitting all-time highs. So if I put this on the last 16 months, you'll be able to see that we have actually hit an all-time high of impressions, like a massive all-time high of impressions. It's almost 50% higher than the last all-time high, which is absolutely insane. Now, I wanted to talk about why some people are being affected and why some people aren't in this video, and what you can do if you've been affected. So for me, the most important thing is, of course, impressions, although clicks are also doing very, very well, as you can see here. 3 months ago, we were getting about 147 clicks per day, and there's just been a steady increase all the way up to 336 on a Sunday, and then we have 300 right here. These are, well, 336 is another all-time high for 2men. So has it been affected? Not really, not at all. Let's compare the last 28 days compared to this 28 days, and we'll actually get a really good sense of where we're at. We've actually increased impressions by 80,000 over the last 3 months, which is pretty crazy considering 80,000 is about 20% of all impressions. So it's a huge, huge increase. Average position has gone up. Total clicks have gone up as well, massively. And if we have a little look at Ahrefs here, you'll see as well. I mean, that just looks absolutely beautiful, let's be honest with you. So how did I do this, and how can you do this as well? Well, one of the first things I did was I actually translated, and some of you might remember this, I talked about this at the time. I translated the website into many, many different languages. So we have loads of languages here. So let's just have a look at the Arabic, for example. So we'll do page, new, and then we'll do /AR. I highly recommend using language tags if you're going to translate your website. Anything else is just too complicated and it will actually just cause you problems. Language tags are easily the simplest way to do translations. You can see here there are some pages here that are just getting insane amounts of impressions. And yeah, this is like an article that just did absolutely terribly in English. But in Arabic, as an example, it's doing very, very well. And then we'll have a look at some other languages. So we'll do /NL, which is Dutch. You can see here, again, just huge, huge increase. And a lot of these, this is so interesting. A lot of these articles were just articles that were not doing very well whatsoever in English. And the reason for that is obviously because they are less competitive in other languages. So this is just one part of this. Let's have a look at Danish as well. And you'll see a familiar trend. Everything is just going up. Vicuna overcoats. This is one of our best keywords, to be honest with you. If someone buys an overcoat that's made of Vicuna, I mean, they cost 25,000 euros. So yeah, you can see how that will be a very, very good keyword for us. So I'm super, super happy with the results of this, but this is just one part of it. Another part of it, although interestingly, we haven't been releasing content because obviously I've been traveling. But another part of this is definitely the way that we are building content. We have the infographic here, and we have at the very top the table of contents. I highly recommend that you get a table of contents app. If you're on WordPress, this is very, very easy. If you're on Shopify, you can get Rough app by T-Sun. They've actually given themselves a backlink there, the cheeky blighters. And then we have a title, and then we have a table. I love putting tables with links at the very, very top of all of my articles. You can either do a table or you can do a list. I prefer tables, but lists also work really, really well, especially if the table has links to something in it. So this is one part of it. And then we have, of course, the embeds, which is another part of this, although I did a very, very lazy embed here. I just put one embed at the very top of the article. And then we just have a normal ChatGPT written article, except this is the main new thing that I've been doing, which is an infographic at the very top using DALL-E. And this is working pretty well. Let's just have a look at this article on its own. It's not crazy, but I'm happy with the results here. It does seem to be getting a good amount of impressions and a decent amount of clicks. So yeah, this is just how I'm doing my content right now. Interestingly, someone actually pointed this out. I didn't even realize this. I actually left this at the bottom of the article, which is kind of hilarious that this is even ranking considering it's so obviously written by ChatGPT. For me, this is absolute proof that Google does not care about ChatGPT content. People are going absolutely crazy on Reddit right now, and I'm hoping to be the voice of reason here, just to say that it's not AI content that's not ranking, it's bad content, okay? It's always the same thing. People are going to start claiming that AI content is not ranking. Those people are probably writers. They're probably people who, you know, their whole living relies on this kind of stuff, you know, writing content or whatever it might be. But what this website does differently to all the websites that I've been working on a lot of different websites recently. What Two Men has that a lot of people don't is topical authority, and a lot of topical authority. So we have, in English, we have probably 2,500 pages, which is a lot of pages, as you may or may not know. And if you take those 2,000 pages and translate them into 20 different languages, you can actually see, if I go on pages, we actually have 12.8 thousand index pages. This is when I started translating everything. So you can see the translation is definitely helping, and it's probably the main reason for the growth. But even if you took away the translation, we would still be kind of floating around this point, which is still an increase of this point from this point right here. So I believe the translations were done probably like around here or something, or potentially around here. And you can see that the growth would still be happening regardless of whether the translations happened or not. However, translations have been a huge part of this, and I cannot stress that enough. They are automated translations, which is the very interesting thing. So it's ChatGPT content. Everything on Two Men is ChatGPT content that has been translated by Google, which is really, really interesting that it's actually ranking so well. And another thing that's happened, and this is something that I'm particularly happy with, and this is something that I'll actually give the credit to Craft for, is that Kiton, which is our main keyword, as you may or may not know, has been absolutely destroying it recently. 1.8 thousand impressions with an average position of 13.5. And if I go on countries here, you'll see that in the United States, we're actually on the second page, which is so good. I cannot overstate just how good that actually is. Another really, really important thing with Two Men, and again, this is something that I see over and over again is not being done properly by people, is that it has 98.7 URLs with a good experience on mobile and 98.9% of good URLs on desktop. Core Web Vitals, same thing. We have pretty much every single page is a good page on mobile. There are 0 bad pages, and there are 0 URLs that need improvement. If your website doesn't look like this, if you don't have a big green line and you have a big red line, and you're blaming AI content, then yeah, you need to look in the mirror and have a serious think about what you're actually doing. If you're going on Reddit, or if you're leaving YouTube comments, or if you're just watching a million YouTube videos trying to work out what the problem is, and you do not have good core web vitals, you are wasting your time, okay? You need to have good core web vitals. You need to have good page experience. These are fundamentals. That is why I highly recommend that people use Shopify, and on Shopify, they use something like Dawn Theme, or any of the themes that Shopify has, or any of the premium themes that Shopify has as well. Just any online store 2.0 theme that you can find on the Shopify theme store, that's fine. Don't buy an external one. Don't use an external one. Even though some of them are really, really good for conversion, it's just not worth it. Now, I'm going to actually back this up with a bit more proof here. Okay, so I actually have 2 websites to use as an example. So we have 2 men here, but if I go on iSuit instead and show you what's happening with iSuit, you can see iSuit is not having as much success. Yes, it's doing fine. Like, we're still getting, I think, 800 clicks per day or something, which is really, really good. And it's a big improvement from when I joined the company. But if I go on page experience, for example, you can see only 7.3% URLs with a good experience on mobile. And let's go on Core Web Vitals. You can see only 114 good URLs. What's the difference? iSuit is on Magento, 2 Men is on Shopify. Now, before you leave a comment saying, I thought you left the company, blah, 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 I am still working for them. They are clients of Craft, and I work for Craft. And basically, we came to an agreement where I could continue doing the SEO for these 2 websites. So I am still writing content for iSuit and 2 Men. I'm still keeping an eye on everything. I'm still making sure everything is flowing. The content is going to keep flowing as well, although I do think there's going to be a big improvement in the quality very, very soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for everything, all the support, and you will see me very, very soon, maybe with some podcasts, maybe with some improved content as well. Thank you so much for watching. It feels very, very good to say that. And yeah, I'll see you soon with some more content. Peace out.